freeloaders, good for nothings, because you're just a waste of flesh, and you're just parasites.
You need to watch that whole video because it is far worse than what you just witnessed. And if you follow me, you know what comes next. So I did a little digging, but because I like to be 100% sure that I found the right person, I simply asked her. And she was kind enough to confirm making this video. As you can see down here below, Susan seems to think she's being doxxed. So she's trying to rally the troops. Help me get her back. Susan, sweetie, I'm going to need you to look up the definition of doxing. Doxing would entail me releasing your personal information, such as your phone number, your address, your neighbors' names, all of your family members' names, the picture of your house, all of which I have in my possession. And if I were to release any of that information, that, my dear, would be doxing. But public information, that is a horse of a completely different color. Hello, Susan Wendelken. Now, I noticed on your LinkedIn, it says you're a dental office manager for a Dr. Anderson. And from your many, many aliases, I was able to determine that you're married to someone with the last name of Anderson. How would one person need so many aliases, Susan? We'll get into that later if I need to. See, by you working in a dental office, that concerned me greatly. Because if you're online spewing this kind of hateful venom, how are you treating the patient? And judging by the reviews, there seems to be one common denominator. And well, that's you, Susan. They've all come to the conclusion that you are rude and disrespectful. Judging by the behavior that you're exhibiting online, I'm going to have to agree with them, Susan. But what concerns me even more is the fact that that dentist accepts Medicaid and Medicare. And as everyone knows, most people that get Medicaid and Medicare are also on welfare. So it concerns me greatly, Susan. How are you treating those people when you find out that they're receiving Medicaid and Medicare? So I think we should find out. Now, I also found emails linking you to Globetrotter Property. Because it's Saturday, I can't find out just yet how you're affiliated with them. Oh, alas, this will have to be continued Monday. And of course, everyone that follows me, you know I keep a couple aces up my sleeve. You don't just put it all on the table at once.
I swear these psychopaths and sociopaths that get online and spew stupidity, they're getting bold and brave until they realize their ridiculous rhetoric, their obscene, abhorrent rhetoric is going to blow right back on them. Let's listen to what she said again.
Freeloaders, good for nothings.
She's talking about welfare parasites, people that are on the low pay spectrum to where they need government assistance. Those are the people that she calls parasites. The very people that her dentist office that she works in, these are the same people that if her dentist office didn't accept Medicaid, they wouldn't get half the business that they get. So the very people that she's ragging on are the customers that keep the doors open, that keeps her employed. That is who she calls freeloading parasites. Not the billionaires that don't pay taxes, that don't pay, for into the infrastructure that, look around us. We have got roads and bridges that are decaying and crumbling. And we've got these mega billionaires that are getting tax break after tax break after tax break, that will pay people like her minimum wage.
Can I poke a few holes in her?
Please.
So there's some things fundamentally wrong with her logic. She is a paid worker.
Yeah.
And I bet she doesn't get paid a fair minimum wage. Now, the people that she is trying to poke
hold on. The dentist office, because she works at a dentist office, she's getting pretty good pay. She's getting pretty good pay.
Which would probably be better if everyone was paid a fair wage. Now, she can quite easily get an illness where she loses her job, and then she will have to depend on, SNAP benefits and
but that's different.
to survive.
That's it concerns her, so it's not the same. It's totally different.
I'm going to poke few more holes in her.
I'm tired of looking at her.
I don't blame her. She can easily, get in the situation where she becomes jobless.
Yep.
The way things are getting more expensive, she may find herself one day having to claim said benefits because her wage is no longer covering her expenses. And this is what is happening with people who have actually got jobs. But because they're not paid a proper minimum wage, they're having to substitute with benefits so they're able to.
Yeah, even these people, even the people that are paid well, they're only a few paychecks from losing their home, losing their way of life.
Yep. And that is the majority of people that are claiming at the moment. They have, maybe one, maybe two jobs. They're still not able to bring in enough to survive. So they're having to claim, say, SNAP benefits and collect, say, vouchers for food and stuff, because they are like up here. They're barely sort of surviving from drowning in debt. So for her to go after people for just trying to survive, I think is absolutely disgusting, because she can be put in that position.
These people have no empathy. They have no. This is why they're sociopaths, and this is why I guarantee you. By the way, I have this person blocked. I don't even want to see her videos, but I guarantee you, I can tell you exactly how she feels and thinks about today's topic. By the way, we want to say good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on, what time zone you are in. Thank you for joining us. I'm Skeptically Speaking.
And I'm Sweet Pea from across the pond.
And thank you for tuning in and not tuning out.
Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars to fade away the shake up. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? You wanted to.
So if you want to support the show, you can support us through Cash App, Venmo, or become a Patreon subscriber. If you would like to hear more of this, we would love to do this full time. Consider supporting us. We want to say good morning, good evening, or afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on, what time zone you are in. And just in case you missed it, you can also find us on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Discord, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, and also Substack. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And how are you doing?
I am a little better. Still got the flu. I seen the gastroenterologist the other day. That was such fun. He's ordered more tests for me.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah, he wants me to have a camera down my throat. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Yuck.
I foresee a lot of choking. Yeah. But how are you?
Well, I'm on my second glass of my special pink lemonade. Nice and fruity. Loving it. And, well, depending... And because of the nature of the show we're going to be doing today, I'm going to need everything I can to get through this. This has been probably one of the most jarring... This has been one of the most jarring incidences to happen this year.
And do you know what is even more disgusting? The fact that Trump is blaming her, saying it was her fault.
Yeah.
That is
blame the
disgusting.
victim.
Yeah.
These murdering psychopaths are killing American citizens, and this is what happens when we allow fascism to creep into our country. This is what happens when we flirt with fascists and fascism, and we don't take it seriously. You know, and we haven't suffered enough. We're going to need more of this, sadly. We're going to need more Renee Nicole Goods. We're going to need more Keith. I've forgotten his last name. I will get that right now. He was just murdered over the New Year's. Keith Porter. And the reason, and part of the reason we don't know this man's name is due to white supremacy in this country infecting our media. It was just another black man who died. That's how it was treated. And we know all about Renee Nicole Good. But Keith Porter, you know, it's like his name is just as important. And it's not in our minds. It's not ingrained into us because we've been taught. We gravitate, oh, somebody white has been shot. Oh no. But when a black man is shot, it's not as concerning. That should be more concerning. The fact that we don't feel that same empathy towards a fellow human being.
Do you know that 32 people have died because of ICE?
Yep. I thought the number was much higher than that, but okay.
That's 32 deaths for last year.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Not this year. Yeah.
So we're going to get into Renee Good, who was just shot in the face 3 times by a sociopath murdering fuckstick fascist Nazi. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. This was a fascist fuckwit Nazi that put a gun in her face and shot her. This is not a person you can reform. This is a person that needs to be taken off the street expeditiously. And that includes the sociopath that killed this man here. Unfortunately, he does not get.
No. I think all of ICE should be removed, to be honest.
ICE is a criminal murdering Gestapo organization.
It is.
It is worse than any gang on the streets of America today. ICE is one of the most dangerous. It is the most dangerous. It's basically an assassination team. That's what they are. They don't care. And you heard the vice president. The vice president said they have full immunity.
It is. It's Trump hired hitmen. Trump's personal hitmen. Taking out
This is
people
where it
Trump
starts.
doesn't like. Yep.
And here's what I fear is going to happen. We're going to get up in our feels. We're going to make a few posts. We're going to get angry for a while. Our anger is going to burn hot for a little while, and then it's going to peter out in a couple of months. That's what I fear is going to happen. Guys, this is where we're at. These thugs are murdering American citizens. Not only that, they're killing asylum seekers and undocumented people. These are people. And we have allowed this. This is what dying of whiteness looks like. You know what? Fuck it. I might as well just promote the book right now. Oh, I have it. Yeah, I'm just going to promote. This is an audiobook that I listened to last week. Dying of Whiteness and Freedom's Dominion, I think, are must-read books or must-listen-to audiobooks. However you can get it.
Mm.
Well, there it is.
More news about Keith Porter needs to be reported. Like, why was an off-duty ICE agent carrying his gun around with him? Like, you're off-duty. Like, why have you got your gun on it?
Yeah, he heard gunshots, so he springs out of bed. This is what this fuckstick does. He finds the nearest black man and says, oh, it must have been him, and then kills him. Dying of Whiteness by Jonathan Metzl. How the politics of racial resentment is killing America's heartland. Racists in this country for the last 150 years has created what we have now. America is on the brink of becoming a third world country because of our racism and our racial hatred. It didn't start with Renee Good. It started with people that looks like Keith Porter. When they were getting shot, when they were getting beaten and brutalized by our system, when they were being treated like animals, we did nothing. And I'm talking to white America. We allowed it to happen. And this is why we have Renee Goods now. Oh, they're attacking white people now. Yeah, because we've allowed this psychopathy to breed and fester, and we've allowed these animals to we've allowed them the freedom to other people to treat them less than, to where they're like, okay, anybody that resists us or talks bad about us is now an enemy combatant, and we can kill them with impunity. That is the attitude. That is the attitude. We've allowed this to fester for far too long, and we have to deal with this. Yeah, if you can get the book through a library, if you can get the audiobook through a library, that way you don't have to spend an arm and a leg.
Purchased it.
Oh,
I just purchased it on Amazon, and I just sent you the screenshot to show you, because I'm a weirdo like that.
No, that's okay. Dominion's Freedom. That's another. Damn it. That's another great book.
That is the right book now. I got it on Amazon Audible.
Now, Dominion's Freedom, that was a little bit hard hitting. I mean, it went really deep, and it went beyond People's History of America by Howard Zinn. If you've read People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn, I cannot recommend Dominion's Freedom enough. And of course, I don't have a screenshot of it. Well,
I'll just see if I can look it up.
let me look it up in my screenshots. I'm shocked I don't have that. It doesn't make any sense. Why would I not have it?
I'll order it on Amazon later, but as part of like the Prime membership, you get audiobook credits and you get like 1 credit a month. So that was how I was able just to purchase that book just now.
So it's yours to keep or to borrow? Right.
To keep.
Next
Dinah Whiteness.
Next month,
yeah.
get Freedom's Dominion.
I will.
That'll throw you on your ass. I mean, it basically lays bare the blatant racism in America's policy all the way down to the city level, and how we've allowed how disenfranchisement of black people has affected white people. And because of our racism, we have not gotten the justice. We've not gotten justice. So labor movements have become complete failures. We've lost the labor movement in this country because we've allowed our racism to dictate, oh, well, we don't want black people to succeed. We don't want black people to be enfranchised. So we're going to hurt ourselves to spite them, basically cutting our own nose to spite the face.
I just made sure I know this book is mine permanently now.
Yeah.
So and I do have 1 credit left.
Oh.
What book do I need now?
Freedom's Dominion.
Free.
And all of these books I've gotten through the local library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten a ton of books through the online app, the Libby app that connects to your library.
Yeah.
That's something we have here in the United States. But yeah, this is important. This is why. Sorry for the long ramble. We've got to get into these articles.
You're fine. Yeah, no, that's no worries.
A minute by minute timeline of how Renee Nicole Good died. So it's showing the video. I'm kind of reluctant.
I've seen it from a few different perspectives, but I haven't actually seen her get shot.
I said, go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
The tragedy unfolding Wednesday morning when the federal government says Good, behind the wheel of that maroon Honda SUV, intentionally used the car to ram the agent.
No, that's a lie. We know that's a lie because we've seen multiple camera angles and we've seen her turn away from the agent. The agent literally circled around the vehicle and intentionally stood in front of the vehicle, which is against policy, even ICE policy. So fuck the media, ABC News, fuck them for repeating fascist talking points. It came down to 399 milliseconds. That's the amount of time between the first two gunshots fired by an immigration and customs enforcement and the deadly shooting of a U.S. citizen in Minneapolis Wednesday, according to ABC News. The circumstances surrounding 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good death have ignited a national firestorm, with leaders of Minnesota's largest city, along with numerous lawmakers, condemning ICE agents' actions, while federal officials say that the agents acted in self-defense. Of course, fascists are going to protect other fascists.
3 shots. 3 shots is not fucking self-defense. That is outright murder. And you can de-escalate a situation without shooting someone. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. And of course, the administration is lying. Donald Trump said that the agent had to be hospitalized because she backed into him. And no, because Donald Trump is so stupid and his syphilitic brain is half decayed, he doesn't understand anything that's going around. I mean, just listen to him ramble and talk, and you can tell he has no fucking clue what's going on. The agent was in front, the car was turned away, and he shot inside the vehicle as the car was leaving. Yeah, Good could be seen turning the car steering wheel to the right, away from the ICE agent who shot her just 1 second before the first 3 gunshots were fired. And then you can hear on the camera, you can hear him say, fucking bitch. That's what he says on camera after shooting her.
Mm-hmm. Question. Can cars go sideways?
No.
If
Well,
can the cars go sideways like that? If instead of going like back and forth, can they move sideways like that? Because the ICE agent's standing here and he's pointing his gun in the window. So the only way that she would be able to run him over is if the car can go side to side. Because he's not standing in front of the car. So when she's like reversing to go,
the front tires, yeah, okay, the front tires were turned to the right, so the vehicle is moving to the right. The whole, so the vehicle isn't.
It didn't touch him though.
No.
No, it didn't touch him. So unless it can go side to side, she didn't touch him. Trump's full of shit, as usual.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump just pulls stuff out of his ass. I don't know why anybody takes anything he says seriously. So let's do 2 minutes before the shooting. Renee's Pilot is stopped diagonally on Portland Avenue while at least 4 cars pass, according to video footage. The passenger side is closed while the rear window is mostly open. Seconds later, 3 federal agents wearing masks are seen walking toward... 3 federal thugs posing as agents of the state wearing masks are seen walking towards the Honda Pilot, as bystanders can be heard whistling and yelling at officers, basically warning, hey, ICE is here, we've got to be careful. ICE is here, warning. And fair enough. And so let's go. A woman who identifies as Good partner stands behind the Honda, appears to question a federal agent. Basically, she said, oh yeah, by the way, you can take pictures of our license plate all you want because we don't change our license plates like you do. It's going to be the same one tomorrow as it is today. The Honda Pilot can be seen moving slightly forward while the woman and agent are behind the car. The vehicle then stops. This agent subsequently moves alongside and then positions himself in the front of the car, which they're told not to do. 15 seconds. The Ford Explorer with California license plates on the side of Portland Avenue can be seen in the video pulling out onto the street. A different video shows Good's car. So basically, she's blocked in. She's got almost nowhere to go. Good continues to wave her hand from left to right After the Ford passes and two other officers are seen coming up in an unmarked Nissan Titan pickup truck with flashing red and blue lights. They stop in the middle of the street. The two officers in the Nissan Titan are seen on the video exiting their vehicle. They approach the Honda Pilot, ordering Good to get out of the car while they are approaching. The Honda Pilot, first of all, they have no right to just walk up to a citizen and say, get out of the car. The officer who murdered... See, this is what happens when we give these thugs with badges and guns. This is what happens when we give them too much power. Or any power. You don't give thugs and Nazis like this any kind of power at all. You don't do it. And last November, we had a chance to put a stop to this. By the way, did you know that Kamala Harris actually voted in favor of defunding ICE way before AOC, Bernie Sanders, and whoever else thought it was cool? This was back when she, I believe, was a senator. You know who blocked the bill that would have defunded ICE? I'll give you a few guesses. It was the Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then the thugs with badges and guns, all right, they're grabbing onto her handle, appearing to try to open the door. His hands remain in position while the Honda backs up a few feet with the front wheels of the car pointed to the left as the car backs up. Let me scroll down. The federal thug who was walking behind the Honda Pilot moves alongside the right of the car, so he's standing to the front left of the vehicle. As the Honda Pilot begins to move forward, the wheel turns right, away from where the ICE agent is standing. In a new video taken by the agent who shot Good, the Nazi thug who shot Good, obtained by ABC News on January 9th, Good can be seen turning her vehicle, steering away to the right, away from the thug, the Nazi, the murderer, just over 1 second before the first shot is fired. The federal agent standing to the front left of the vehicle pulls out his gun. The moment of the shooting is captured in at least 4 videos verified by ABC News. 3 eyewitness videos emerge on the day of the shooting. A 4th, taken by the officer who shot Good, was obtained by ICE. Obtained by ABC News. About 4/10 of the second after the first shot, the car continues to move forward. A second shot is heard. It's difficult to see exactly what happened. But you can see she's moving away. She's not careening into the agent at all. These fucking maggots are lying to us. They are lying to us. They are lying to us. She did not hit the agent at all. She swerved away from the agent. You know, do not let them control the narrative, people. Do not let them. They will lie their asses off. They know they're wrong, and so they're concocting these fictions to make themselves feel better about what they are doing. They know they're wrong. That's why they're covering their faces, number one. Okay? They're dead wrong. Do not let them control the narrative. Sorry, I went on a rant there. Anything you want to add?
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. At the end of the day, this was Trump-sanctioned murder. There is no ways around it. This is Trump's America. Innocent
I would go so far.
Murdered.
I would go so far to say that this is white people sanctioned murder. Like I said, we had the chance in November. We could have done away with this. We could have said, you know what? We need to disenfranchise MAGA. We need to get rid of the Nazis in this country. We had the chance to vote them all out in November. And what did we do? 6 million of us said, yeah, you know what? We don't feel like voting for the black woman. And so we let Trump back in. bear in mind, Donald Trump did not get very many new voters this time around. It was the apathy of white Democrat voters who they voted for Joe Biden in record numbers. I think this is the most people have voted since World War II.
Why couldn't they do that for Kamala?
Oh, I have it right here. That's why. We could not get rid of our white supremacy. We were hanging on to this white supremacy, even Democrat voters, even voters who claim to be liberal. Even though they claim to be liberal, this is why they couldn't turn out for Kamala Harris. This is why.
Not only is that embarrassing, it's a travesty.
Yep. It's a travesty, all right. You know, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, the first Trump administration wasn't bad enough. Okay, have it again. Have round 2. Let's see you survive this. This is what happens when you allow morons to get control of your country.
If I was able to have voted for Kamala, I would have done. She would have got my vote hands down, without question.
So the county. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I hope Jasmine Crockett wins Texas.
Yeah. See, I don't even know if that's even possible. Yeah, because of the white supremacists in Texas, and I'm talking about Democrats who are like, I don't know if I can vote for. It's like, motherfucker, how the fuck has MAGA been that good to you?
I tell you what, if they vote Jasmine Crockett in, they will get their power grid sorted out. They will get everything they need sorted out in Texas that needs to get sorted out. Because let's face it, under Republican sort of not ownership, what would you call it? Overview, oversight. With Republican oversight, they have run Texas into the ground. Jasmine Crockett needs to become governor so she can make Texas.
Well, she's not running. She's not running for governor. She's running for.
No, she's Senate.
Senate. Okay.
Senate, yeah. I get confused sometimes. Sorry.
No, that's fine. But here's the thing. I don't think it's like I keep coming back to this point. We have not suffered enough. I'm talking about white America. We have not suffered enough. We're starting to see a little bit of what black people have been warning about and trying to get our attention about. They have been warning and warning and warning. You can go all the way back to the beginning. You can go all the way back to the 1800s. You had Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman. They've been warning us about what happens when we allow white supremacy to reign supreme. Women's rights, the women's suffrage movement, they couldn't get rid of their white supremacy because they were afraid to offend their racists down south, their colleagues who were fighting for women's rights. But they're like, well, that doesn't mean black women, does it? Because we don't believe black women should be a part of our movement. And then the northern whites were like, well, we don't want to lose their support. So black women, you're going to have to, sorry. So Sojourner Truth wrote, Ain't I a Woman? We have not learned the lessons. And this is why places down south are so dirt poor. They are just decimated. They're just it's diabolical. Some of the neighborhoods, they're not getting good clean water. It's a nightmare. All because they've wasted all of their energy trying to go after black people and to keep black people out of their towns, out of their cities. It's like if the labor movements of the early 1900s, if they had used half of the energy that they used against black people, they could have revolutionized the entire country. And we would be looking at an entirely different country right now. But because they allowed racism to reign supreme, when you look at all of the lynchings that have taken place and the diabolical decimations of entire neighborhoods, who was doing all of this? Who was lynching the black people? Who was going after? Who tore up Tulsa? Rampaging through black neighborhoods. Was it the rich businessmen? No. It was the poor white people. They were the ones that were carrying the spears, the torches, the axes, the rifles, the rope. The pitchforks. They were the ones. It was the poor people who were leading the charge. And this is why we are still where we are today. We're nowhere near where we could be. We look at places in Europe and we're like, why can't we have that? It's because we have not dealt with the racism and the white supremacy that has infiltrated the blood of this country. It is ingrained so deep. You wonder why we have Nazis walking the streets without any fear, without any qualms. This is why. This is why. Because we've not dealt with this. We've not dealt with this. We've not taken it seriously. We've just like, well, you believe what you believe and I believe what I believe and we'll all get along together. When 6 people are at a dining table and 4 people are Nazis, you have 6 Nazis at the dinner table. I don't give a damn. Well, I don't believe that way. Well, you're comfortable in their presence. You're sitting down with them. You're eating with them.
Yeah, I was just about to say, well, if you're not feeling comfortable with them, why the hell are you sitting down eating with them? Because I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that whatsoever. I wouldn't feel comfortable being within like 4,000 yards of them, let alone sort of anywhere else.
And here's the latest article. Minnesota prosecutor asks public to share Renee Gooding shooting evidence with her office. Because guess what? The FBI and ICE is not allowing Minnesota to be a part of the investigation. On the federal level, this murderer walks free. Jonathan Ross is a fucking Nazi and he's a fucking murderer. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This guy emptied his gun right in the face of somebody unarmed. And he was and holding a cell phone, filming the entire time. Fuck him. Let's see. Shooting hundreds of protesters. Congresswoman wants federal officers to leave Portland. Okay. Good luck with that. Yeah, I mean, you've basically allowed them into your state. So there's going to be a nationwide protest is planned for upcoming weekend. Ooh, a protest. You had your chance to protest at the ballot box. You fucking waffled. You dropped the ball. Oh no, a group and local chapters are organizing protests in all 50 states. Ooh, big fucking deal. Have we learned nothing? They don't care about your protests. Guys, they don't care about your fucking protests. Protest all you want. They don't care. They don't take you seriously because they know you're not going to do anything other than that. You're going to cuss and swear at them and throw snowballs. Big whoop. They don't take us seriously because they know we're not going to do anything. And all I can think of is the midterms. We might have the midterms. Sorry, I got to keep moving. There's so much. You're fine. We've got the Christian Post posting nonsense. Border Patrol agent shoots 2 suspected Tren de Agua gang members in Portland. Venezuelan nationals suspected of being in the United States illegally and being tied to the Tren de Agua criminal organizations were shot when they allegedly tried to run over an ICE agent. An agent with the U.S. Border Patrol shot 2 people accused of being members. Yeah, so yeah, we can just shoot them because they're accused of it. Authorities say both Monica and Zambrano were in the U.S. illegally and were suspected members of... First of all, no, I don't give a fuck what the authorities are saying. They are lying. They lied about Abrego Garcia. Yesterday, 2 suspected Tren de Agua gang associates let loose on American streets by Joe Biden. Again, you're spreading disinformation. You can always rely on the Christian Post. A disinformation rag started by oh God, I can't remember his name. I can see his face. He's a fucking nightmare. Glad he's dead. Billy Graham. That fucking Christian nationalist. So they were both taken to local hospitals for treatment in addition to information on their respective conditions is still pending. FBI is looking into the incident. Oh, that's great. You got the FBI basically run by a fucking idiot and a moron. Big buggy-eyed, cross-eyed creep. Yeah, well, this is what we get. Even Tucker Carlson, can you imagine this? Tucker Carlson basically he rips into Maga saying, look, a woman got shot in the face. This is not good, guys. Tucker Carlson has joined the multitude of conservatives with commentary on the fatal shooting by U.S. Immigration and Custom, ICE. However, former Fox News host has starkly different reactions than many of his peers. Carlson slammed his fellow conservatives for using the tragedy to score political points, while also decrying liberal leaders like Mayor Jacob Frey for behaving like children by ordering ICE to get the fuck out of the city. But it should be secondary to the tragedy of Renee losing her life. The 37-year-old was an American citizen who reportedly the mother of a kindergarten-age child. Did we disagree with her views on immigration? Probably. But that shouldn't matter. Her death is a tragedy, regardless of her partisan affiliations, ideological beliefs, or who pulled the trigger. A woman got shot in the face. How come so few conservatives are viewing this story through human lens? This is Tucker fucking Carlson. When you have gone too far for Tucker Carlson, you have gone beyond Nazi at this point. Many conservative voices have celebrated and defended the fatal shooting. Carlson argued in his newsletter that on the other side, did just that after the right-wing activist Charlie Kirk was killed in September, though most Democratic pundits and lawmakers accused of doing so argued they were merely opposed to Kirk's political views. Trump and Vance were notably quick to blame the radical left for Kirk's assassination. Yeah. Who killed Kirk? Who killed Kirk?
A Republican?
A Republican fuckwit MAGA Nazi who was just to the right of Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's white on white violence.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who shot at Trump?
Another MAGA Nazi.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who
White
was planning
MAGA
on
Nazi.
Do you know who was planning on shooting Trump again at a golf club?
Oh, the one who shot at Trump at the golf club? Yeah, that was another MAGA.
Yep. Yet the left get
What
blamed
is
for what
this?
the right
Are we
is
in the
doing.
upside
I
down?
know.
Are we in the
I
upside
think
down?
so.
So a former ICE agent breaks down Jonathan Ross's actions. I don't even know if I even want this. I don't even know if I care. A former ICE agent is going to explain to us. Yeah, he's going to.
Right. So why do we need?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to. Yeah, Jonathan Ross is a murderer. I don't need an ICE agent telling me, well, you can see she lurches at him with her vehicle, which is a complete fucking total lie.
Yeah, it is a lie.
They're literally telling us not to believe what we see with our own eyes. They're trying to get us to doubt reality.
Mm-hmm.
And good. Oh, goody.
I'm surprised Trump hasn't put out a fake AI video of what happened.
Oh, that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got protest music. According to Rolling Stone, the protest music is pouring in. Jesse Wells, Good versus ICE. Zach Schmidt, TTTTMIDSWIS, basically stands for They Tried to Tell Me I Didn't See What I Saw. Another one from Odin Scott Coleman, A Song for Renee Good. Kata Untitled. Caitlin Cook has a song, Renee. You know what? I'm sick and tired of the protest music. It's like, okay, great. We've got another song. Now what? Great. Let's sing another song about another murdered American. Fucking hell.
How about we stop singing about the tragedies and actually get something frickin' done to stop further innocent people from being murdered? Sing about it later. Do something right now. Get something done so this doesn't happen again.
LGBTQ Nation writes, racist GOP US Senate candidate throws Nazi salute while hosting anti-Semitic rally. Jake Lang, a Republican candidate for Florida's US Senate seat, who was jailed during the January 6th insurrection, recently threw a Nazi Sieg Heil salute during a racist and anti-Semitic rally that he held outside of the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, also known as AIPAC. At the rally, Lang declared, Congressmen and women who have been taking AIPAC money, we suggest you stop now before the crusades really start. Oh, so now we've got two terrorist organizations. AIPAC is a foreign terrorist organization, and then you've got the MAGA Nazis going at it. You got both. Treasonous traitors will be hanging from the gallows. You know what? They both should. You know what? Put them both on an island. Let them fight it out. I'm sick and tired of these fucking Zionists. There is no good guy in this story. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend in this scenario. Neo-Nazis have become increasingly comfortable publicly associating themselves with the Republican Party. Well, come on, that has always been the case for the last 70 years. Elon Musk, who threw a Nazi salute at an inauguration event celebrating the president's second term. Republican leaders nationwide were caught proclaiming "I love Hitler" and discussing killing opponents in gas chambers in a private chat. Yeah, remember that? We did a show about that. That chat that got leaked. MAGA Representative Dave Taylor was caught with a swastika on his congressional office wall. Guys, how clear can it be? This is what happens when we don't deal with racism, xenophobia in this country. We've allowed it to fester. The Confederacy never really died because we didn't kill it completely. We let it continue. I don't know if we even have time for this story. This is from the BBC. Let me make sure that it's... I want to just double check the show notes. Protests, fight over Christian nationalism. Okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a fight over Christian nationalism in a small Tennessee town. Well, of course, it's Tennessee. Josh Abatoy gazes out on a lush green wood. Okay, I don't care. A customer might very well buy and build roughly where we're standing now, he says, as we hike up to the top of the ridge. Mr. Abatoy is founder of the real estate company Ridge Runner, which has bought land here and is neighboring Kentucky, but he is no garden variety housing development. Mr. Abatoy is prominent in U.S. conservative circles and described his development as an affinity-based community, marketed to people not only interested in the peace and quiet of rural life, but in a constellation of right-wing ideals. Faith, family, and freedom. Those are the virtues that we try to celebrate. So basically a white supremacist town. Initially, he didn't attract much local attention after setting up shop in Jackson County, but in late 2024, a local TV news report broadcast controversial statements made by two of Mr. Abatoy's first and most outspoken customers, Andrew Isker, a pastor and author originally from Minnesota, and C.J. Engel, a businessman from California. They are self-described as Christian nationalists who question modern values, such as whether female suffrage and civil rights movement were good ideas. These are modern values, the civil rights movement, and calls for mass deportations of legal immigrants far in excess of President Donald Trump's current plan. So basically, Donald Trump isn't going far enough for these fucking weirdos. They want to repeal the 20th century. Repeal the entire 20th century. Wow. Although Abatoy himself does not identify as a Christian nationalist, he says concerns about his tenants are overblown. Of course. Well, come on. They're not that... They're Nazis, yes, but they're not that bad. Come on. Mr. Isker and Engel announced their move to Gainsborough last year in their podcast Contra Mundum. What the fuck? Latin for against the world. They want to go to war with the entire world. Wow, that sounds like Nazis. If you could build places where you could take political power, Mr. Isker said on one episode, which might mean sitting on the board of county commissioners or having the ear of the county commissioner and sheriff, being able to do those things is extremely, extremely valuable. Yeah, he wants to deport even legal immigrants, people like Indians or Southeast Asians, Ecuadorians, or immigrated Africans. Yeah. He wants an all white. They want an all white world. This is what happens when we do not deal with racism. Again, I'm going to keep harping on it. What is Christian nationalism? You know what? Yeah, we know what it is. Big ideas for a far right plan? Fuck them. The small town fight goes nationwide. A fight here in Gainesboro has drawn in players from small town Tennessee. Mr. Abatoy, who was educated at Harvard Law School, is also partner at a conservative venture capital fund, New Founding, and a founder of the American Reformer, a website that has published the writings of a number of other prominent Christian nationalists. Here we go. They're announcing who they are. But you got people that are like, well, we don't want these people here. Well, it's like, yeah, but this is the price you pay for getting rid of all the black people and all those troublemakers, right? This is what you get. Yikes. Yikes on bikes. Yeah, this is going to be tough. But you know what? Going back to the topic at hand, ICE murdering Americans. More Americans are going to get murdered, and they're going to have to be, because we've not taken this seriously enough. We think that this is just a one-off. The shock is going to wear off, and people are going to want to go back to their normal everyday lives. They don't want to be bothered and trifled with this.
This ain't gonna go back. Life is not going to be normal. This is just the beginning of a series of murders Trump's Gestapo is gonna do.
And we're gonna keep harping on it, and I'll say this again. This is why we're seeing what we're seeing today. We're dying of whiteness.
As long as Trump and his administration are in power, this, where people are getting murdered, innocent people getting murdered, is going to become part of the norm unless we actually take action to get rid of Trump and his administration.
So all I can say is at this point is we've got the midterms. That's it. If we don't take this seriously, you know, it's amazing to me. We've got millions of people that they have the money to buy these stupid ass costumes to show up at No Kings protests. They've got all this time and money to invest in these stupid. Oh, look at my sign. Look at my placard. Look at this. Look at that. Put me on social media. And then when it comes time to vote, they don't show up. They're nowhere to be found. So, and this is why people in the black community, they're like, you know what? I don't feel anything for this woman. I don't.
You know, protests do help, but they mean nothing when there's no action put behind them.
Yeah.
If people are going to just go out to protest, but they're not going to go out to vote, you've just null and voided the point of going out to protest.
Yep.
Everything needs to be used together to move people forward in a positive direction. If you're going to go out to protest, you need to go out and hit all the voting ballots. You need to do everything. You need to tick all the boxes, not just one or two. You need to do everything. That is how movements move forward. You need to make sure that you are doing everything in your power, not just one person. Everybody needs to be making sure what they're doing to push the movement forward, to make changes for the better.
Yep. And it's just, I don't know. I'm trying not to be pessimistic, but you know, it's like we haven't made the connection yet. This is why whenever I see a video talking about Renee, I always show this graphic. I'm like, this is why it's happening. This is why. Can you make the connection? And a racist on Facebook made the connection real quick. And he said, oh, well, I guess if we're not kissing black people's feet, then we should have, I'm like, all I did was post this. I didn't say anything. He already knew what this was talking about. And immediately he jumped 8 steps ahead and said, well, I guess this is just going to keep on happening if we're not kissing black people's feet. It's like, wait a minute, hold on. You had to go all the way there? You went that far? Why would you make that assumption?
And how is treating people respectfully and how they're supposed to be treated with the same kindness and respect that everybody deserves?
That is considered worshiping black people. That is what a racist thinks.
Yeah.
I knew exactly where his brain was going, and I'm like, wow. We're broken in more ways than one, aren't we?
He definitely is. If his mind went straight there, like how does fighting
he didn't
for equality for everyone mean that you need?
Yikes on bikes. Anyway, we want to thank you so much for sticking it out with us this long. Thank you for joining us on the Skeptically Speaking podcast. If you've enjoyed the show, if you enjoyed the independent media aspect, we would encourage you to reach out and support us. We want to be part of your independent media portfolio. We want to keep bringing you these issues, and we'd love to do this full time. Consider supporting the show, Cash App, Venmo, or become a patron subscriber. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, and if there is any stories that you would like us to cover, please feel free to send them to us. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We love reading your comments, and thank you for
And
supporting
you can
us.
also find us, don't forget, TikTok, Blue Sky, Discord, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, and Substack. Links are in the description, along with all the links to this article. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the flip side. Take care, everybody.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to act disgusting, fatal when the shake up. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trust